Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to our Monster Train Morning Commute. My name is SlowWolf, and yesterday's daily, if only I had had the chance to make it a thing. Guys, you missed out. It was great. By the end of it, we ended up 52nd. Like, pretty good, you know? And then we helped Umojo get even further than we did. It was awesome. It was a really fun daily. Not one that you would lose willingly, to say the least. But by the end of it, we were effectively just slamming our opponent with energy siphons and then crypt builders, right? But the deck was really good. It was like really super strong. The trick, it turns out, was to actually find a way to make this infinite combo, and this just blew my mind. So, for yesterday's daily, I know this isn't even today's daily. We haven't even got there yet. I was so excited about this. So for yesterday's daily, the trick that got this guy up to 58,000 points was having, whatever. Who cares? The champion doesn't even matter. What mattered was that you had Offering Monuments. Every time you cast a spell, you drew another card. Glacial Seal, every time you cast a spell, you frostbite somebody. And because the particulars for that daily, every time you applied a status effect, it was doubled. So this was actually frostbite 4 to enemies. It was insane. Actually, no, it was frostbite. It can, applies frostbite 4. Yep. The one energy siphon, sure. Activated Embers, they disappeared as soon as you played them. Offering Token, Sting, which disappeared as soon as you played it. Earthen Spines, which disappeared as soon as you played it. Crypt Builder and Crypt Builder. Which means you had Soul Guard, the Offering Monuments, and Glacial Seal, which allowed you, if you're careful with playing your monuments properly, to effectively play your entire deck multiple times per turn without issue. Effectively allowing to go through your entire deck multiple times. To be clear, this meant that the first 4 cards of the deck were already out on the field in some way, shape, or form, right? Or in your hand, and it didn't matter. Energy Siphon would come back up again and again and again. Excavated Ember would not. All 3 of them would be gone. The Sting would be gone, the Earthen Spines would be gone, which means you'd have Energy Siphon, Offering Token, Crypt Builder, and Crypt Builder as the only spells you would constantly draw over and over and over again. It's just brilliant. I thought that deck was super cool. Now, today is a different day. And we got a completely different setup. Tethys, Titanbane, and Queen's Impling Allies. I am not thrilled. Seeing double. When the first friendly unit is summoned each turn, create a copy. Bleeding Cash, lose $1 every time a friendly unit takes damage, and shields up. Enemy units enter with damage shield. Yikes. And seeing as the highest score is 46,000 right now, there are a lot of winners. There are some people, though, who dip off after the 30-point mark. So, winning here is actually going to be an accomplishment. Let's play it as safe and as carefully as we possibly can. So we have Mollusk Mage, Welder Helper, and Cuddle Hex. Lots of little minions right out of the gate, which is kind of cute. Let's see, we can get 2 Frozen. We can double up on these. We can double up on the Queen's Implings. Doubling up on Welder Helper is pretty cute too. And let's see. When a card is consumed, when a card with Consume is played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit. That's good. We don't have any Consume. But we can see a world where Consume is played. The other option is Icicle Fracture, so that way you just effectively just keep cards in your hand. I think that the Trader's Quill has a little bit more play, as the extra damage can be helpful. But, so let's see here. Now, the reason why I'm currently looking at this and, seriously considering what I'm doing is because the first creature you play every turn, right, gets doubled. Which means we can have effectively 2 sweepers that just come in, sweep the floor. Or 2 of these guys, so that way the damage spells we cast cost 2 less. I think we're going to go with the sweeper here in this case and see what we can do. Why the sweeper? You put 2 of those babies out, they're actually going to do some work. Spikes 3, you've got to be kidding. Alrighty, well this is just a rough day. I really want a Welder Helper in my hand as well. Not going to happen. We're going to set this guy up here alongside this friend. Okay, and then we'll set this guy up here. No welder helpers. That's okay. Cool. Sadly, we aren't going to be able to get to the collector either. That blows. Okay, welder helper here. Big win. Huge win. The spell weakness should help. Now, with that said... Beautiful work. Sure thing, dude. Alright, I will go ahead and just Frozen Lance this, because that's the same thing as having the guy out there in the first place. Then, we're losing everything here, huh? The tables have turned, sir. Okay, so spell weakness isn't necessarily great on its own. But we are managing, and the lack of spikes on that second floor did help. Okay, so we managed to make it through that first floor without too many problems. Now, having an actual spell that does damage is a big deal, and I think Crypt Builder fits that build nicely. Ritual of Battle? Maybe not so much. And I like the idea of Hidden Passage to allow us to stuff a particular row with a lot of creatures, but as it stands, don't worry about it too much. We go left. We're going to go ahead and work on our spells a little bit. The one spell that we do have needs to be better. Specifically that much better. We can make it cost less. It's not immediately thrilling as far as ideas go. Let's re-roll, see if we get lucky. We did not, but we also sort of did. 160 damage is well worth it. Upgrade to have a spell. No. We purge. We do not need train stewards. And I'm going to save... No. The trick is actually not to save money in case if you take too much damage. So remove the other train steward. Okay. I want to draw Tethys and Welder Helper. Or Tethys and, like, a bunch of Queens and Blings. Just double Tethys would be great. If it weren't for freaking spikes, dude. If it weren't for the freaking spikes, my dude. Think about this. Thank you. I was going to say, if that didn't kill you, I'm mighty upset. We are going to go ahead and put it at the Queen's Impling here. Have it die. That doesn't bother me. Bingo. This boy's big. And you're toast. Cool. We're gonna play you here. Just get you out of my hand. We're barely making it through this one, huh? Alright, well, sadly, that didn't help us at all. But this man has enough spell weakness on him now. If we can't kill him, I'd be impressed. No, he only has 3. Never mind, that's not that good. That does help. You need to die a lot faster. Okay, well, that did not go well. It didn't go too badly, but it did not go well. Yeah, skip. Hornbreak here is huge. Keep in mind they have damage shields, so anytime that we can manage to get past the Hornbreak would be awesome. Guard of the Unnamed is pretty big as well, but I think Siren of the Sea has a lot going for her. Because she tanks as well as getting larger. It's a tough one. Tough call. I'm gonna go for Siren and see what happens. Now, do we duplicate? There's nothing to duplicate. Like, we have such a bad deck at the moment that it's a bit of a tough call. And Titan Sentry is way, way better. Let's see what we can get here. Rare Awoken, Melting, or Umbra. Melting. Could have some stuff. Awoken. This is a tough one. What's Umbra got again? Trample and Blazing Bolts. There we go. Blazing Bolts is exactly the kind of card we're looking for, especially now when we can upgrade it to be a little bit more palatable to play. Brilliant. Let's see what we can do against Daedalus. I think that the Blazing Bolts can be exceptionally powerful. We're going to have to see if I'm lucky, though. The trick here will be probably setting up Tethys on a different floor. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very strange setup I'm trying to go for here. I could have put Tethys down here. I think I should have, in hindsight. Doesn't matter. The Frostbite should have killed them. Why did it not? Questions to be answered later. Okay, go ahead and land that. Toss out this one. Shame. Alright, this is gonna hurt. Frostbite does not bypass damage shield, it turns out. And that's a whole thing. Okay. Absolutely not. This might hurt. We need to stop taking damage, so those two immediately take it. That's the best we can do here. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Unless this is killing him, which it's not, sadly. It's our best bet. We're going to have to afford to take a little bit of damage off of our Pyre, sadly, if we're going to make this one work. Blazing Bolt Tower does absolutely do the work now, so I'm very pleased about that, but oof, that was bad. Okay, so Harness the Titan actually has some potency here, but we have so many shitty creatures we need to get rid of. Like, just absolutely garbage creatures. Give me a bit more energy, and we're just going to work on making sure that our deck is as small as possible. Like, we cannot not focus on that right now. Like, between the Train Stewards, the Cuddle Hex, which does absolutely nothing. At least the Train Stewards, you know, take up some space and try to punch things. Give me the Pyro Wall. I'll take a free little point buff. It's fine. Apply spell weakness 2, or damage spells cost 2 less on this floor. Look, you want me to have my spells cost less? I'm down. I'm super down with that. Spell shield 2. You've got to be kidding me, dude! Oh, that's not fair. We are definitely going to do it like this. And we're going to be really sad about it. What the heck, though? Okay, you don't do any damage, so that's fine. This is the perfect time to do this. I'm more than happy to pull that off. So Blazing Bolt's gonna actually, like, maybe do something in its life. Okay, never mind. Thank you, Frostbite Tank, for being outstandingly strong. Okay. You need to blast this one down a little. Good. Get toasted, son. We're gonna hold off on some of these. Absolutely brutal, dude. Alright, so. No sense in playing any of those yet. Cool, we got him. You know, just put them out there and see if you can't do like a little bit of extra damage. Alright, can we kill you on this floor? Seemingly not. Garbage, man. Absolute garbage. Okay, well, the bad news is we have no option but to do what we just did. And that's the most we can do here. But at least there's a lot of spell weakness on this man here. Absolute murder. Okay, cool. So at least we're killing them on the second floor. Thank you, spell weakness. That's good. Draw 3 spells and apply, consume it, plus 20 magic power and 0. I skip all those for right now. And out of these, really, dude, I got nothing I want to touch. Like, March of Shields is a maybe. But we want to upgrade our creatures, too. So, we can't here. So we're going to go down this way. Removing more cards. We want to remove as many trash creatures as we possibly can. Queen's Implings doing 20 damage isn't the worst. I like the 2 welder helpers. But out of this batch, man, like, I don't see the point in having this much space wasted early on, I guess. The Frozen Lance is probably worse, though, right? It's gotta be. Concealed Caverns. So, Bone Shine or Bone Rattler, or how about I leave? Neither of those things are kind of just bad. They're both bad. Why would I ever want either one of them? It's like pay X to have a fail less pop up. Enemy units enter with Frostbite 2. It's cute. Hell's Banners is a potential game winner depending on the situation. And we're going to spend money to aggressively remove more cards. I'm talking Queen's Impling at this point. Yeah, because we still want the spells for Incant, right? That's kind of where I'm sitting now. It's just, you know, they are nice. Spikes 4. Oh, Jesus Christ. So this is obviously not where you want to be. Here, you set up here. You have Sweep, which is really just obnoxious. And I'm going to hold off on playing Tethys until later, really. Well, you know, I suppose I could play him on the next floor, but I'd rather play him when it's going to be a little bit more effective, I guess. And the turn. Okay. Sirens. Time to do your thing a little bit, guys. That'll do you. And then while we're up here, just roast that guy. Okay. Harness those Titans. Frozen that Lance. Cries you're unable to set up another good floor. Harness those Titans. What's your HP? 55, huh? You need to die then. And you can get hit for 32 and actually get very close to being hurt. We're going to lose both of those Mollusk Mages, and that's fine. Okay. Now we put down a Tethys. We put down a Smash This. We slap it harder. Now, up here, you need to die. And you know what? I will do this. So he's going to multi-strike himself to death, is the hope. Let's go ahead and do this now. You are very killable by playing one of these, really. That ought to do it. Which means I can focus on doing damage down here. Blazing Bolts first to get rid of the damage shield and do some extra damage, and then Crypt Builder to do as much damage as possible. He's going to go and Frostbite himself up nicely at this point. And now on this floor is when we want to hit him at his hardest. Crypt Builder. Done. Cool. That worked out okay. This is definitely not an autopilot level of ending here. Glacial Seal's a neat one. Okay, so dream scenario. First play Tethys. Takes up 2 spaces. Second play Titan Sentry. Third play blank. We didn't pick up the Frostbite Relic. So I'm looking towards Magic Power being the thing instead. These do not interest me right now. We're getting to a point where our deck is constantly casting damage spells, and that's probably where I want to be. So let's go ahead and go this way now. Artifacts. Plus 2 Frostbite and Frostbite does not decay. Never mind. Forget what I said. Should have gone for the Glacial Seal while we had the chance. Endless. We could just endlessly play Queen's Implings. Cute idea. I do think, however, that putting that on the Titan Sentry so that way we can always get out of tank is kind of nice. It's not like a tanky build, but I do think it has some play. Let's see what we get here. Quick, Rage 7, some other things. Look, if you grab one of these and put it on the Siren of the Sea, I'll be happy with that for right now, okay? Like, that's fine. Let's go see what we can do against the Arcus. I would presume not very much. It is exactly the sort of setup we want. Rally does not scare me nearly as much as everything else does. Rally, huh? Okay, cool. So we are gonna set up down here. This is kind of the dream setup right now, which I'm liking a lot. Can't really set up the Siren right now. So Siren gets to set up here. It's fine. She gets to be a goalie. Okay. With that in mind, you have can triggers. No one else does. That's a play, dude. Are you sure you want to do that? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play the Welder Helper up here. And then I'm going to play 1 Mollusk Mage here so that we can constantly regenerate this person. Cool. End the turn. So this should apply 2 spell weakness then. Which we can chunk down a great deal. But I think that's a great start. I don't really want to play anything else. Okay, harness the Titans. You are dying. You are getting hurt. Now you're getting hurt a bit more. To random an enemy unit 4 times. I would rather that we did that on a different floor and not waste spell weakness if possible. Yeah. Cool beans. Go up a floor. Yep, please. Yeah. So, this will do that much. It does 190. This does 51 damage. This is 200 times this should kill him. It almost did. It almost did. Alright. Kind of want him to die, so that's fine. Cool, that boy's dead. Immediately play this boy, and now you got 2 of them. It's dazed, everyone, which is kind of a boo earns moment, but you know, I'll take it. Okay, so sadly we weren't able to kill you before you got here. But we are going to go ahead and damage the absolutely ever-loving crap out of you. And if you were going to survive, that would have been the time. So we made it. We made it to this point, and that's pretty good. Ancient Synergy is not what we're looking for. Spike of the Stygian can absolutely rock this planet. However, it's a status effect, which means that it's going to be particularly weak against this final boss. Outstanding. If we can give this thing permafrost, it'll have a little bit more play. And we're going to go for card draw at this point, because our energy is no longer an issue, which is excellent. I would still like to remove cards as much as possible, however. So we're going to go down this route. More cards to remove. Honestly, Queen's Implings. They aren't helping nearly as much anymore. So remove both of them. We're down to 14 cards? 14 cards. Nice. See if there's any cool artifacts. Jackstrips would have been helpful in any other situation, I think. And none of these are playable. Because we don't have enough money, because I'm an idiot. It's fine. We can apply Spell Weakness 2. I think that makes the most sense. Being able to apply Spell Weakness 2 twice is good. If we get our Dream Team, like, immediate set down, we're solid. Restore all health and they move up a floor. Rude. But they do lose their damage shield, and then we can go ahead and spell them. At least that's the plan. Cool. So. Okay, Frozen Lance first. Cool. It did something. Okay, with Spell Weakness 2. Do I want to double the Mollusk Mage? I think so. That allows me an absolute slam. It reduces the damage we take by a little bit. Allows us to get to our other spells faster. Sure. The fact that it also consumes is nice. Yeah, haha, whatever. You escaped. I don't care. Bounce up here. Kill that guy immediately. And you get roasted for 1500 damage. Look, if you didn't believe before that this was possible, then I think that you have way too little faith in me. Cool. The guy who needs to die is dying at exactly the right time. Get sorted, dude. You're the only one that needs a target. So play you, then you, then you. Might as well play this. And we can't cast anything else anyway. So... Okay, 100%. Get that incant up there. Then remove you. You're only taking a little bit of damage, which is, you know, an Ufferson. An Ufferson for sure. This will help. As will this. And I think at that point... Sure. Spell weakness, 12, 16, 20, 22. Spell weakness 22. When you're dealing 1,633 damage per Blazing Bolt, I think you're down alright. Okay, so Glacial Seal here now does make some sense. However, I think it makes more sense than our Mollusk Mage, actually. So we are going to go ahead and pick it up. Nope. Big skip there. So there's probably an Imp archetype deck in there somewhere. We saw a Transcendent to make sense of that and all this other stuff. I mean, we'd have to see. We'll have to see when we get up there. Now, creatures we don't need anymore. Mollusk Mage. And... Welder Helper, I believe. Okay, duplicating. We'll have to think about this one. Let's see what we can get for our Merchant of Steel. Multi-strike 1 is a big deal on the Siren. Okay, it's a very large deal on the Siren. So we're going to grab it. 25 more HP on a Titan Sentry makes him that much more durable. Giving the Glacial Seal a little bit more HP doesn't hurt either. Okay, and then we leave. At this point, duplication is an interesting topic. Duplicating something like Blazing Bolts would allow us to really do a lot more damage. Duplicating... Foo. It's probably our most powerful spell. Because of the fact that it can break through a variety of different things so easily. However, Crypt Builder is stronger in the sense that because of Attuned and Harness the Titan, it can just go off the chain. So we're going to go ahead and make that a thing. And now out of these, hilarious, sadly. We don't want any of them. Now this gets interesting. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. That's a big get. Since that allows us to break the damage shields. And is there any other card we'd like to purge? Ooh. I think we're going to stick with what we've got. Because we have 2 reasonably strong floors that are set up as is. That'll have to do. So Purifying Emblem is bad. It's probably the least useful Seraph ability at this point. And if we can make it through this fight... then we are truly managing to do some pretty nice stuff. I could put down a Welder Helper here. But we don't need to. Instead, I'd rather put the Siren up here. Wait on the Welder Helper. Put on Harness the Titans, and then blast the man for something. Okay, cool. That worked. Amber Strike, huh? Okay. Let's be careful about this. I think that we only need the 1 Glacial Seal. Okay, having 2 is unnecessary. So we're going to go ahead and do this here. Then we're going to play the Glacial Seal. Now, things we need to kill. You. Cool. Cool, we did it. We still have 4 extra energy. Hit him, boys. Okay. We harness the Titans up here, without a doubt. Then, we come down here. Remove. You still have your thing, huh? Blazing Bolts. You don't have your thing for much longer, do you? Go ahead and do that here, because down here this is free, pretty much. And then just give you all the armor we can. So he's removed his spell weakness. Unsurprising. Let me remove this. I should have harnessed the Titans first. Lesson learned. Okay. Down to spell weakness 2. Start up here with Harness the Titans. This is actually one of our highest damage dealing prospects right here, right now. Sadly, we do need to start working down here. Because these things here are going to be an issue if we don't. Oh, hell. I'm not sure if that was the right choice. Okay. Might as well, because up here this should kill both of them. Oh no, I don't have the mana up here! Oh, that was a big boo-boo. Had to. Had to. And now we're losing a good chunk of our power down here. The good news is we now have 2 of these. Excellent news. Cool. That should apply enough spell weakness that we've got him next round. And just by killing him, we're going to be doing okay. And he is dead. Let's make that abundantly clear. And it's 42,000 points! It's not that bad for today's daily. We're actually in the top, we're in the top percentile here to start with. Now, I feel like there's a deck hidden in there. There's a line hidden in there that actually does way better than what we were doing. But overall, that was a very tactical daily. That was not an easy one at all. And we made the top 10. So how'd you get up to 52,000, my dude? Because you found that line I was thinking of. Tethys with spell weakness 3. Branded warrior. With large stone and rage. Okay. Mollusk mages. Dun, 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 dun. Consumer of crowns. Yeah, see. If you get the imps out there, Consumer of crowns would absolutely do the trick. Alright, so yeah, the through line was the imps, it turns out. And that's not surprising. There were so many imp synergies and imp in a box and implosions and all that other stuff that I can't help but think that there's something there with just imps alone. But we had a pretty good deck. I think that if we had played it differently, that could have changed things. But, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be happy with a freaking 9th place finish 4 hours in. It's pretty solid. We made a nice, tight, small, powerful little deck. I'm glad that we kept the Siren of the Sea around and that she ended up becoming kind of a goalie for us. We ended up killing everybody, pretty much, by the turn that we needed to kill them and started doing almost everything where we needed to. Like, we survived, we made it to the end, and we got a good score. I cannot complain about those things being put together in the same sentence. My friends, this was a good daily. Thanks for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the subscribe button, bell for notifications when these videos go live, and I'll see you folks in the next Monster Train morning commute. Choo-choo!